Hey, what's going on, everybody? Video today is going to be talking about how you can give yourself a raise so you don't have to wait on the people you work for to give you one. And you can do this by, well, first let's talk about how this stuff kind of works and where I kind of got my opinion from. So usually when you talk to somebody and they work a regular like average job, they usually make, in my area, like, you know, from when I'm in my area, South Carolina or Georgia, they usually, if they're on temp or they're in between jobs, they'll probably end up getting a job, you know, at a warehouse or somewhere, a plant or something like that, where they're making about $15 an hour. So if somebody's making $15 an hour, and let's say they work 40 hours a week, that's $600 a week that they're going to bring home. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's $600 a week that they're going to gross. So that's not even how much they're going to bring home. So they're going to gross about 600, and then, you know, after taxes and all that other stuff, depending on how they do their dependents, they're probably lucky to bring home $450, right? So yeah, I think that's like $31,200 gross for the year. So let's say they work that job, they busting their tail, they trying to get hired on or whatever like that, and they finally get to the point where they give them a raise. So they say, you know, supervisor comes to you, hey, want to give you a raise, you've been here or you've been asking for a raise, and they give you a $2 raise. So you get that $2 raise, so now you're making $17 an hour, still doing the 40 hours a week. Now you're making an extra $80 a week. That could be a lot of money to some people. So that's, you know, that's $680 a week now. So when you're in that situation, now you're making $35,360 a year. That's an extra $4,160 that you made more than you did the time before. So that's kind of what happens when you get like a $2 raise. You get a $2 raise that adds about $4,000 to your income for the year. So you can go from making 31 to making 35. There's nothing wrong with that. It's honest work. People do what they have to do. They do what they want to do. I feel like, you know, with information that's out there now, there's really no excuses for a lot of us. You know, it's no excuses. You get on YouTube, you can get with people, and you kind of do research on certain things. And I can like ask some of you to like do research on real estate. You don't have to be a real estate mogul. You can just get one property, because one property will change your life. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that is because if you can just get a little knowledge and learn a little bit about real estate, I mean, and I'm going to start making some videos about the basics of learning. I spent 2 years just getting knowledge, getting information, and just practicing deals before I even bought my, before I actually got out and started actually applying the stuff I was learning. So it probably took me 3 years after the 2 years I started trying to learn to actually buy my first property, which was last year. So when I did that, I was able to buy a property, fix it up, you know, rent it out to someone, and be able to get a good income every month from that particular person. So that property I have now is making me $1,050 a month. So if I can make $1,050 a month off that property, and I can get that rent 12 times out the year, which is 12 months, that's $12,600 that I just added to my income. See what I'm saying? So that's like just from one property. And you gotta think how long it actually takes me or my property manager to manage that property. It's like sometimes depending on if nothing's really going on, it don't take no time at all a lot of times. Like I'm trying to think, last time we've heard anything from this particular tenant was a few weeks before Christmas, when they were hanging up Christmas lights. Other than that, you know, it's kind of like, doesn't take any time really to, I mean, you have to manage your property, you got to make sure everything's good. Well, don't get me wrong, you have to manage it, but it's nowhere near 40 hours a week. So let's say it's only 4 hours a week. For 4 hours a week to manage one property, you can make an extra $12,600 a year. I mean, it's kind of like, you see what I'm saying? So if I was you, if I was anyone, I would just try to learn basics. You can start with like getting on Bigger Pockets, which is a platform that you can get on, just kind of like Facebook, but it's for real estate. You can get on there and you can like network with people. You can learn about real estate. They have everything in it. It's the best tool out there. Follow Brandon Turner at Beardy Brandon on Instagram. Follow David Green 24 on Instagram. You can follow those two. Those guys are over the podcast for Bigger Pockets. So I've learned a lot from. And like I said, I'm going to make more videos about just basic things in real estate that could kind of help people like watch videos and kind of learn, you know, a little bit and kind of get better at it. But other than that, but back to what I was saying about giving yourself a raise. This is how I gave myself a raise, and I never realized that this is how it was until after it was done and it's accomplished. And I was like, oh wow, that's an extra $12,600 added to my yearly income. Now, don't get me wrong. There are expenses and stuff that's involved in this that I'm not counting, but I'm not counting it just like you don't count when you go apply for a job and they say, hey, your salary is going to be $40,000 a year. You're not telling, when someone asks you how much money you make, you tell them you make $50,000 a year. You don't tell them, well, after taxes, after all this stuff, and after the insurance, and after my 401k and all this, I actually make XYZ. Well, that's the whole reason why I didn't do that. My whole reason why is just because we always talk about that top gross number. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'll be grossing on top of whatever else I'm making, right? So now for 2021, I've switched up my goals for the year. I'm going to try to get 5 more of these things, 5 more of these properties, just like it. I'm going to be laser focused on doing that. And I actually have one that I'll close on next week on the 28th. So that'll be my second one. So right here where I have like my bases loaded, I'm trying to load my bases up. I don't figure if I can try to get 5 for 2021, which would be a total of 6. That'll add $75,600 to my already income of what I'm already making, not including my mutual funds, not include the truck and stuff. This is like extra $75,600 that I'll be making on top of my income. And I was like, wow. And I can pull this off this year. Just imagine what I'll be able to do on and on and on. Even if I don't get the 5 and I just get just the one I get next week for some odd reason, I don't know, man, I'm still adding an additional $26,000 to my income by having those properties. You know what I mean? So it's just, real estate is one of those wealth building tools that I think most people should look into. The research is there, man. Just look into it and try to look. I'm telling you, it could change your life. It's better than, in my opinion, it's better than going somewhere and giving these people all your time and they want to give you $2 and make you feel like you've done something for, you know, and they really, that does nothing but does something for them. So they try to, like that thing you see, they try to pay you that type of money so you can forget about your dreams, forget about your life. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make videos so y'all can watch them, so y'all can like live your best life. You can be able to go on those trips you want to go. You can be able to drive those cars you want to drive without those cars having you. You can be able to, like, you know, put your kids in a certain schools, you know, do all the stuff that you dream of doing, you see other people doing. You can be able to do that by just learning new skills, learning new knowledge, and learning about real estate, and learning the game, pretty much learning the things that they don't teach us. You know what I mean? So learning the things they don't teach us, this challenge for us, so you can get the info from me. Free game. I'm just giving it out. But anyway, here's my little thing where I already have this property. I'm pretty much getting ready to close on this one. By March 31st, I'll be looking to get this number 3, and then so on down to the 6th one. So once I get the 6th one, I'm gonna go right back to being laser focused on getting that next truck and get it moving and going. But I want to get this foundation, this real estate foundation, set first, and then I'll go back to this. That's currently what it is. It could change, but right now that's kind of what the goals are. But anyway, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you had any questions, you had any comments, you had anything you want to say, just put them in the comments. Send me a DM, send me an email. You know, if you enjoy what I be talking about, subscribe to the channel. I don't really have a schedule how I make these videos. I just make them, put them out there, and then just go. I'm eventually going to get to that point once I get some structure, but right now I'm just trying to just create content and then try to like figure it out later. I'm getting to that point where now it's like I'm just doing what I just want to do, and I'm just putting what I want to put out there. If I don't like it, I'll take it off. I just, you know, but anyway, y'all get my point. I appreciate y'all checking me out, and I'll see y'all next time.